Hello, isn't there just something so gloriously tempting about May? The sun's warmth on our skin, the promise of long, delicious evenings, and that irresistible urge to get our hands in the soil. This May, let's create something truly special together, a bountiful victory garden, bursting with flavour and life, even if you only have a window box to spare. Yes, you heard me right. You don't need acres of land to experience the joy of growing your own. We're going to turn even the smallest of spaces into a verdant paradise, a haven of herbs and vegetables that will tantalize your taste buds and nourish your soul. So, grab your gardening gloves, put on your sun hat, and let's get started, shall we? Now, before we get carried away with visions of plump tomatoes and glistening peppers, we need to take stock of what we're working with. Every good garden, no matter how big or small, starts with a plan. Grab a notebook and pen, and let's step outside. First, we need to measure our space. Whether it's a balcony, a patio, or just a sunny windowsill, knowing the exact dimensions will help us choose the right containers and plants. Next, we need to consider the sun. Observe how much sunlight your space receives throughout the day. Is it bathed in sunshine from dawn till dusk, or does it enjoy a more dappled shade? Don't worry, there's a plant for every spot. Once you know how much sun you have, you can choose your plants accordingly. And remember, we can always use mirrors or reflective surfaces to bounce a little extra light into shadier corners. Now let's sketch out our space. Don't worry, you don't need to be Michelangelo. Just a simple drawing will do. Mark out any existing features like walls, fences or steps. Then start to play around with different layouts for your containers, raised beds or even shelves. Imagine how lovely it would be to have herbs cascading from a hanging basket or a vibrant row of lettuces lining a sunny wall. This is your chance to get creative. Let your imagination run wild and don't be afraid to experiment. Remember, this is your own little slice of paradise, so make it your own. Now that we have our garden mapped out, let's talk about choosing our plants. And this is where the real fun begins. We're not just going to plant any old thing, are we? We're going to create a symphony of flavors, a tapestry of textures, a veritable feast for the senses. One of my favorite gardening secrets is companion planting. It's like a matchmaking service for your vegetables, pairing those that thrive together and deter pests naturally. Think of it as creating a happy little community in your garden. Take tomatoes and basil, for example. They're like the Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers of the plant world, absolutely divine together. Not only do they enhance each other's flavor, but basil also helps to repel those pesky whiteflies that can plague tomato plants. Then there's the classic duo of carrots and onions. Planting them side by side helps to confuse those pesky carrot root flies and onion flies who get disorientated by the mixed scents. It's like a magic trick, but for your garden. And if you're planning on growing corn, why not tuck in some lettuce seedlings at the base? The corn stalks provide some welcome shade for the lettuce, while the lettuce helps to keep the soil cool and moist for the corn. It's a win-win situation. These are just a few examples. There are countless other companion planting combinations to explore. So do your research, have fun experimenting, and see what delicious partnerships you can create in your own victory garden. Now, let's talk about maximizing our space. Remember, even the smallest of gardens can be incredibly productive if we embrace the vertical. Think of it as adding a whole new dimension to your gardening repertoire. One of the easiest ways to go vertical is with climbing plants. Cucumbers, with their lush foliage and abundance of fruit, are perfect candidates for this. Simply erect a sturdy trellis or obelisk and watch them climb towards the sky. Beans are another fantastic choice for vertical gardening. Whether you prefer the classic runner bean, the elegant borlotti bean, or the vibrant French bean, they'll all happily scramble up any support you provide. But it's not just about vegetables. We can also use vertical space to grow an abundance of herbs. Imagine a sunny wall adorned with cascading rosemary, thyme, and oregano. Not only will it look utterly charming, but it will also fill your garden with the most wonderful aroma. And don't forget about shelves. They're not just for indoors, you know. A sturdy set of shelves placed against a sunny wall can provide the perfect platform for growing a variety of herbs, lettuces, and even strawberries. So, let your imagination soar and don't be afraid to think outside the traditional garden bed. With a little creativity, you'll be amazed at how much you can grow in even the smallest of spaces. Now let's talk about getting the most out of our growing season. We don't want to be left with gaps in our garden, do we? That's where the clever technique of succession planting comes in. Think of it as a carefully choreographed dance, with different vegetables taking center stage at different times. The idea is to maximize your yield by sowing quick-growing crops between slower maturing ones. For example, while your tomatoes and peppers are slowly but surely establishing themselves, you can sow some fast-growing radishes in between. Radishes are ready to harvest in just a matter of weeks, so you'll be enjoying their peppery bite long before your other vegetables start to fruit. Once the radishes are done, you can sow another quick crop, like lettuce or spinach. And when it's time for your tomatoes and peppers to take over, you can simply pull up the lettuce and compost it, adding valuable nutrients back into the soil. The key to successful succession planting is to choose crops with different maturity rates. This way, you'll have a continuous supply of fresh, homegrown produce throughout the growing season. It's like having your own little vegetable factory. And the best part is, it's incredibly satisfying to know that you're making the most of every inch of your garden. Now, our victory garden is well and truly underway, but our work isn't done yet. Just like any labor of love, our garden needs regular care and attention to truly flourish. Watering is essential, of course, especially during the warmer months. I find the best time to water is in the morning, allowing the plants to soak up the moisture before the midday sun becomes too intense. But it's not just about quenching their thirst. We need to nourish our plants too. A fortnightly feed with a good quality compost tea will work wonders, providing them with all the nutrients they need to grow big and strong. And don't forget about pruning. Regularly pinching out the tops of your tomato plants will encourage them to bush out and produce more fruit. And deadheading spent flowers will not only keep your garden looking tidy, but it will also encourage your plants to put their energy into producing more blooms. Think of it as a little bit of pampering for your plants. A little bit of love and attention goes a long way in the garden, and you'll be rewarded with an abundance of delicious homegrown produce. There you have it, your very own victory garden, bursting with life, flavor, and the satisfaction of growing your own. Remember, it doesn't matter how big or small your space is. What matters is the love and dedication you pour into it. So embrace the joy of gardening this May. Get your hands dirty, experiment with different plants and techniques, and most importantly, have fun. And who knows, you might just discover a passion for gardening that you never knew you had. Until next time, happy gardening!